Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another speech for speech class. Today's speech is going to be a persuasion speech, and I'd like for everyone to say yes to martial arts. I'm going to show my audience to you. All right, now I'm going to move over here and I'm going to give one of my audience members my recording device. Here we go. There once was a kid. This kid didn't want to be at the front of the class. He always tried to look for the back seat. He was afraid that he wouldn't know the answer. He had no confidence in himself whatsoever. He always was afraid because he didn't know what would happen, whether it was for good reason or not. He was always afraid of what people would think of him. So one day, finally, this little boy, he decided that he wanted to join karate. And so, after watching all these kung fu movies, he would always dream that he was the character that was in these movies. So he told his parents, I want to go ahead and I want to try to join karate. They said, okay. Well, little did he know that joining this karate class was the best thing that would ever happen in his life and it would stick with him forever. I'd like to welcome everyone here today. I would like for everyone to understand that martial arts is a good thing for our youth and our nation. With so many issues going on with young people in our wonderful nation, the United States, there is room for growth. What kind of growth am I talking about? What better way for your child to get involved with socializing with other kids? What better way for them to become self confident than by joining martial arts? The little boy that I was talking about was actually myself. When I was just a little kid, I was afraid to talk to everybody. Of course, some people might not believe it now because I love to talk and I'm pretty confident in what I do. But when I was little, I didn't want to talk. I didn't want to be at the front of the class. I didn't know what to do. And so, little did I know that when I told my parents that I wanted to join martial arts, that the very first day that I stepped into that class, I was going to better myself for the rest of my life. There's too many kids in our communities that don't have enough self confidence. Self confidence can go a long way. One of the reasons that they don't have confidence is because they don't believe in themselves. It has been proven that is proven that martial arts can raise a kid's self confidence, their abilities to believe in themselves. Not only does it raise self confidence in a child, but there are benefits for raising self confidence in an adult as well. There are also too many kids that are afraid to interact with their peers and with other people. One of the reasons that a child can be afraid might be because they don't know what to do. They might be afraid of other kids. They might be afraid of getting bullied or whatnot. And a lot of times kids are afraid because they don't know what to do physically. Martial arts can teach the kid how to defend themselves. But martial arts is for defense. It is not for offense. Martial arts is to help a child, to help an adult, to learn how to defend themselves, to learn how to think better for themselves, to be more confident in themselves. So how can martial arts help a person interact with other people? After doing martial arts for a while, a person can gain self-confidence. Martial arts will help them to interact with other people in the class by achieving goals as a couple or as a group. Martial arts also helps a child to achieve goals by themselves. It teaches them to think on their feet, per se. One of the biggest reasons people tend to have low self esteem is because they haven't been taught the correct manner on how to think for themselves and how to learn their abilities. And so, martial arts helps to teach a child what they can do, what they're capable of. With all these things being said, I want to share some things with you. Throughout time, in my years of martial arts, I've gained some things, and they're called belts. For each of these belts, it represents a level that you can go up in martial arts. It doesn't happen over a week or over a month. Sometimes it takes several months. Sometimes it takes more than a year or two, depending on the level that you're going to. But the very first belt I ever got was the white belt. This represents purity, it represents innocence, it represents that you're coming in with a fresh start. One of the other belts that I got, and the belts that I'm showing you, there are several more that I have, but I don't have enough time to share them all with you. One of the others is green belt. This is kind of like a mid-level belt, but yet it's still pretty low. But what it does is it represents that you're learning. One of the other ones that I got is the blue belt. The blue belt shows that you're advancing, you're learning more every day. And one of the greatest achievements that I got is my black belt. Now, I've got more than one black belt, but there are more than one style of martial arts that I'm part of. I've been part of three different kinds. There's Mudokwan Taekwondo, there's Okinawan Karate, and Mudokwan. So what I'd like to share with you is that not only will you get a belt, but the kids also get something that's called certificates or diplomas for each time they move up in rank. This is the one that I got for my blue belt. This is the one that I got for my junior black belt. And then this is one of them that I got for one of my black belts. They're all kind of old and wrinkled, but I still take very much pride in them. And so the certificates are going to let your child know that it's a representation of what they've done throughout life. And it helps to show them and to remind them that they can do anything in life that they want to as long as they put their mind to it. So remember the next time you hear the words karate, taekwondo, kung fu, or martial arts, it's not something that's aggressive or mean. These words are not frailty or low self esteem. But when you hear the words martial arts, taekwondo, kung fu, karate, think about kids getting increased self esteem, becoming physically fit, learning to work together, and learning how to become all they can be. So don't close the door on an opportunity for our children, but help kick down the roadblocks that's in their way. Thank you for being with us today, and have a great evening.